So my name is Travis Ridgen. I spent the last season playing professional hockey for the Motor City Rockers in the FPHL, and this was the custom mask that I used for the season. Matter of fact, it's one of a few custom masks that I've had over my career, from my college mask at Vancouver Island University, first year pro in Sweden with Flemingsberg IK, second year pro in Sweden with Varberg HK, and finally this year in Motor City. In this video, I want to show you all the details of these masks up close, the meaning, and the ultimate inspiration behind them. At the end of the day, I'm doing what feels right for me and chasing down my dream. Now, first off, all four of these are tribute masks to Kurt Cobain. And I know not everybody's a rock music or even a 90s grunge fan for that matter. So who is Kurt Cobain? Well, Kurt Cobain was the lead singer guitarist for Nirvana, and they burst onto the scene in September of 1991 with the song that you probably heard, Smells Like Teen Spirit. And that was the lead single for the album Nevermind. Now, why Kurt Cobain? Well, I think he sang and spoke to a universal truth that really resonated with me specifically and a lot of other people at the time, that life sucks, it's unfair a lot of the time, and to a universal acceptance of that and people in general, and it really helped to get me through my early 20s. Unfortunately, Kurt would release Nirvana's third album in September of 1993 in utero, but 7 months later, on April 8th, 1994, all of us came to a screeching halt when Kurt committed suicide with a 20-gauge shotgun. But his music lives on, and to bring it back to my masks, I always felt growing up that so many legends had a trademarked look, whether it be Mika Kiprusoff and the Skulls, Marty Brodeur with the NJ logo, Henrik Lundqvist, the Statue of Liberty, Pekka Rinne with the monster wearing the vintage mask, or my childhood idol of Jose Theodore with the gargoyles. And I don't think anybody really has that look anymore. So when I saw the Angels on the In Utero album, I had this light bulb go off in my head that was like, I think this is my look. I think this is what I want to have. Which is why all these masks have those angels on them. But after that, the details start to change and deviate quite a bit and get a little dark. Keep in mind that all these masks, again, are themed after individual Nirvana songs. Now let's start with my college mask at VIU. The theme was Smells Like Teen Spirit, a single in utero angel on the left side, and on the crown you'll see the trademark Nirvana smiley faces, 3 of them to be exact, and I just thought that this was a nice way to divide the mask up between light and dark, on the right side and on the left side, and this is where things start to get a little bit detailed. So one of the lyrics in Smells Like Teen Spirit goes, an albino, a mulatto, and my interpretation of that was an albino being white, that was being the snowman here, and the mulatto being dark, which was the graveyard background behind the snowman. And to the left of the snowman is a play on the opening line of the song, load up on guns, bring your friends. And for the gun, it was the same one that you'll see in the Come As You Are music video, which is another song off that same album of Nevermind. Now on the chin it reads, Smells Like Teen Spirit scribbled on a brick wall. Now at the time, Kurt's girlfriend wrote Kurt Smells Like Teen Spirit on a wall, and he loved the concept when he read this, despite the fact that she was referring to him coming home smelling like a women's deodorant because he was with another girl at the time. But to me, this made perfect sense to write that on a brick wall, considering this was for a goalie mask. And on the back is a picture from Saturday Night Live of 1992, where Nirvana played Smells Like Teen Spirit, as well as Territorial Pissings. And this was also the same week where Nirvana kicked Michael Jackson off the top Billboard 100 charts for the top album on planet Earth. It was a huge moment in rock history. And the idea was that although he is gone, he still lives on in my mind, which is why it's painted like he's floating in my head. And also, as far as the mask goes, I did a white cage because I just thought it looked cool. Next up was my mask for my first year pro in Sweden, and this was very similar to the college mask, but with 2 in utero angels instead of 1. And the theme was the song Come As You Are. On the crown, you'll see an exposed brain, which is pretty dark because it does allude to his suicide in 1994. And you can see the cracks running all the way down the mask, as well as the bullet hole on top of the angel. Now back down to the chin, you'll see a smiley face, and on the back plate was the lyrics, Come As You Are. Now I know some Nirvana fans are going to say that the lyrics are incorrect or that I screwed them up. Well, that was on purpose and that was part of the plan, because if you're a true Nirvana fan, you know that Kurt regularly screwed up lyrics on stage or changed them on purpose during the live shows, and I thought that was pretty on brand to make a little mistake there. And as far as the actual mask goes, I went with a chrome cage because I just found it was harder to see pucks out of a white cage on the previous mask, and so therefore I went back to the chrome mask. Now for the third mask, which I wore my second year pro in Sweden for a team called Varberg, we stuck with the chrome cage, but this was a stock Bauer double bar cat eye, and the team colors were just like the New Orleans Saints, black and gold. Now this was a significantly cleaner and much simpler mask than the previous 2 versions, and the theme for this one was the song All Apologies. Now it has 2 matching in utero angels on both sides. Now we did a massive smiley face in the crown, so that when I tilt my head down or I'm bending over to take a breath, it looks like I'm still smiling at you, which I kind of liked a lot conceptually and especially style-wise as well. And then on the chin it says, everything is gray, and gray is misspelled here. Now the original lyric for the song was, all my words are gray, and then Kurt later changed it to everyone is gay, which I thought, again, this was pretty on brand with him consistently changing his mind, changing things, and which I find myself doing a lot personally as well, so that kind of resonated with me. Now the rest of the front was pretty clean with the goldish brown trim around the outside. As far as the backplate goes, I wasn't really a big fan. My painting artist, he thought that at the time No Apologies instead of All Apologies was cool with the Canadian flag, which funny enough, No Apologies by Papa Roach, which is a brand new song that came out in 2022. One of my favorite songs of recent memory. But I like the Kurt drawings better, which is what we did for the next mask, which is the one that I used this season in Motor City. Obviously, the Motor City Rockers and a rock and roll themed mask, absolute no-brainer, especially with the incredible black and purple color scheme that we had in our jerseys. It had two in utero angels on both sides, the left side being bright and purple and the right side being a little bit more dark. The massive smiley face and the crown stayed the exact same, just in slightly different colors. We also brought back the same white base background from the first mask, and on the chin it says "Yeah," which is the only lyric in the chorus for Lithium. And fun fact, it's also the goal song for the Seattle Kraken, Kurt being born and raised in Aberdeen, Washington, not too far away from Seattle, Washington. But the backplate is maybe my favorite piece on any of my masks. It's Kurt playing live at Live and Loud Seattle 1993, and it was the same concept as the first mask, although he passed 2 years before I was even born in June of 1996. He's still alive and well in my memory, and this being encased by our team's purple colors. And finally, I did a white cage on my mask because I spent the previous 2 years being hazed and harassed by teenage kids on TikTok and Instagram saying that only cool goalies wear white cages, so I guess chrome is for bums, so I gave it a peer pressure and mixed it up a bit. And now a word from today's video sponsor, Manscaped.com. The new Manscaped Beard Hedger is a premium beard sculpting machine with enough power and precision to craft your style in a single swipe. The kit comes with a styling cream, a beard conditioner and shampoo, a little scrubby here for getting all the junk out of your beard, and the main attraction, the hedger itself. It's got 20 different lengths that are controlled by this little zoom wheel that you click back and forth, as you see here. It also carries a 60-minute battery life on a single charge, all encased in its waterproof design. And you can get 20% off and free shipping with the code TRAVSUCKS at manscaped.com. That is 20% off and free shipping at manscaped.com when you use the code TRAVSUCKS at checkout. It is time to feel sexy and free this 2023, and I cannot say thank you enough to Manscaped.com for sponsoring this video. Also, want to give a big shout out to my painter, Liquid Lab Effects. He's based out of Chicago, and he has been painting my masks, all these masks, for years. Does an incredible job, and at $500 to $600 a paint job, easily the best detail and design for the price. Again, based out of Chicago. If you want to hit him up, you can do so with the information that is on the screen. But that's my custom mask collection. I'm also brainstorming ideas for the next mask. So if you have ideas for things that I should put on that are Kurt inspired, Nirvana inspired, leave a comment down below because I'd love to hear from you. Also, if you love hockey and 90s rock, you should listen to my podcast, Sling the Biscuit, that I host with Winnipeg radio icon Dave Wheeler. We talk minor pro hockey and stories from all sorts of rock artists. It's on Apple, Spotify, and here on YouTube as well. It is a 45-minute show that goes up every single Sunday, and there's a link in the video description if you want to listen. I want to say thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. I look forward to seeing you in the next video.